Well, hi everybody, old Gare. I tell you what, got the old fireplace going. Same old story the last few weeks. The weather has been decent on the weekends. Then the first of the week, Monday or Tuesday, here comes another big old cold front in, ice and little snow, rain, whatever. But it's going to be good again this upcoming weekend. Looks like temperatures going to be 40, mid 40s throughout the Ozarks. Hopefully, anyway. But anyway, today I'm in here by the fireplace. Yeah, yeah. Hey, how about this? Kansas City Chiefs. My gosh, I've been a Chiefs fan ever since I was a kid, and you know, that's been a long time ago. Congratulations, the Chief Nation. Wow, what a great game. What a great comeback. Mahomes. Wow, unbelievable. Well, we have a pretty good show for you. We're going to be talking about some decent fishing out at Beaver Lake in northwest Arkansas. Some stripers being caught out there, a few crappie, and the walleye fishing down below the dam, along with the trout fishing, has been pretty consistent as well. Fair report out at Table Rock and Bull Shoals on bass, and the crappie fishing's picking up a little bit back again over at Stockton Lake. And my buddy Jordan Lear was out the other day at Truman, picked up some slab crappie. We'll be talking about this. Some nice cats as well out at Truman. So we have a pretty good show for you. And this weekend, looks like the temperatures once again is going to be 40, 45 degrees. We'll take it. Good fishing weather. This is the time of the year you can really get in some good fishing. By the way, the bass fishing has been pretty good at Bull Shoals. Got a couple of good photos there to show you, and Table Rock as well. So I tell you, let's go fishing.
Fish and Chums!
Well, that's right. Fishing has been fairly good for, well, you know, with this all crazy weather we've been having. We've had a pretty good report out at Beaver. That water temperature was 46 degrees out there this morning when I checked with my reporter. And we have some good photos. You know, they're really catching some nice fish out at Beaver. And the stripers out on the main lake runs, the points, I understand. Live bait fishing's been good for stripers. In fact, look at Danny here. He just picked this up a few days ago. That is the one beautiful striper. And we have some nice stripers that were caught out at Beaver the last few days coming up on our photo roll at the end of the program. We have some good photos for you as well. And I tell you what, Jamie Hutchison was out the other day. He was doing a little night fishing out at Beaver down, I believe, the tailwaters of Beaver. Look at these beautiful walleye that he caught. My goodness, Jamie, great fishing, Jamie Hutchison. And Joey was out the other day as well. Look at this, beautiful walleye caught in the tailwaters. And so the tailwaters, as walleye are moving up that White River, and you have a chance of picking up some nice fish on jerk baits and also live bait. And the trout fishing's been good at the tailwaters as well. And out on the main lake, I said the stripers, they've been moving a little bit. You have to work for them, but when you do get them, you have a chance of catching a nice fish, as you'll be seeing here. And a few crappie being caught out there as well. Let's go out to Table Rock. The water temperature was 46 degrees out there this morning, and they've been having some pretty fair bass fishing. It's the same old story, you know, the winter pattern. Kind of broken record here, but they're still catching some deep water fish on ice jigs, white spoons, or also grubs. You want to find big schools of shad, look for the streaks, and even out on the main lake and back in, about halfway back in the creek arms, another good place to look for this. A-rigs have been working at Table Rock, and they've been picking up some nice bass on jigs, dragon jigs or casting jigs, and they've been picking up a few fish on jerk baits. So Table Rock may be good bass fishing this weekend. In fact, we have a photo of a walleye, Kate Williams. We got a hold of this through Kate. Her husband was out the other day, and look at this beautiful walleye. Man, that's a nice fish. And some walleye moving out at Table Rock. And by the way, up the White River and up in the Kings River arm, they've been picking up some real nice walleye. Do want to say this, if you catch a big old, this is the time of year you can catch a good 6, 8, 10 pound, 12 pound walleye. But if that gal is full of eggs, you might consider releasing it. Get some good photos, handle her with care, and then put her back in the water. Think of all the eggs that she will lay. So walleye are on the move out at Table Rock. A few crappie are being caught about halfway back into the creek arms around the standing timber and brush. Jig and minnows have been the best thing, and they are still picking up some fish around some of the docks that have brush, the deep water docks out at Table Rock. Nice crappie can be caught there. Okay, let's go out of Taneycomo. My great, wonderful friend Carl and I were out there the other day, just a couple days ago, ahead of this front. Boy, we caught a lot of trout. We had such a good time. You know, they're releasing water. A couple turbines are open out at the dam, of course. And I understand they're going to increase that flow as well. So drift fishing was good. You know, I found a favorite area. I've been fishing Taneycomo for many, many years. I've got some key areas I love to fish. I found a fish with my electronics where they should be, and I couldn't get them to bite. I was using power eggs. I was using kind of a chartreuse orange combination. We were even using night crawlers. Wouldn't touch anything. Then I thought, oh, Gare, get to thinking, what's the deal? The fish are here. And I thought, well, you know, there's a lot of water coming through the turbines, and this is the time of the year some shad can come through. So I used a power egg and went to a white, and they killed the white. I mean, as soon as I dropped that white down there, they just hammered it. And we caught several fish. In fact, our photo of the week, my wonderful friend Carla, look at this. Look at this beautiful smile and a beautiful fish that we caught out at Taneycomo the other day. Beautiful trout. So here's a fish. Here's a photo of old Gare. I even caught a few fish. Love Taneycomo this time of year. Some nice trout can be caught. A lot of trout fishing is happening right now, and it seems like that Monkey Island area all the way past down through the landing. That's been good. And just go out and try your favorite areas and try that white power egg. And hey, I tell you what, white jigs, slow rolling white jigs. Like if there's a big current, go to a 16th ounce, just slow roll it. Ooh, boy, they're fun to catch on a white jig this time of the year. And so Taneycomo looks good for the upcoming weekend. Good trout, very good trout fishing out there. All right, let's go out to Bull Shoals. The water temperature was 47 degrees, 46 to 47 this morning. Del Colvin, our friend, he was a wonderful guide out at the Bull Shoals dock. Great guide. I've just been noticing on his page, he's really been catching a lot of nice bass this week. Here's a photo of Del, a nice fish, a great guy. If you ever need a guide, just go through Bull Shoals dock there at Bull Shoals and get Del. He'll take you out and catch you a lot of fish, I'm telling you. Some of the baits are catching the bass on out at Bull Shoals right now would be a rig. That's been pretty good. And about halfway back into the creek arms, we've been talking about this like Table Rock. Find with your electronics, find schools of shad. Get down there with a white spoon or get down there with a grub or an ice jig. And boy, that's fun. You can see those fish streaking through there. Oh, it's a lot of fun. Some of this activity has been taking place out on the main lake as well. And always keep an eye out this time of the year. I don't care if you're Bull Shoals or Table Rock or Stockton or whatever. If you see any bird activities, seagulls or loons, get over there. That's the best fish finder you can have this time of the year. And they've been picking up some fish also on jerk baits at Bull Shoals. And we've been having some reports of, like I said, the A-rig and some drop shot fishing on quieter days. So try that. A few crappie have been caught at Bull Shoals this week, but it seems like, boy, they're deeper, 35, 40 feet of water over the brush piles, jig or jigging minnows or straight minnows down there. When you do find them, they're really nice fish. I haven't heard too much on walleye this week at Bull Shoals. Let's go out to Stockton Reservoir. Todd Lanning was out the other day, picked up these fish. They had a limit. I think this was over the past weekend. There's two of them had their limit within a couple hours, and they were catching them down around 35 to 40 feet of water on jigs or jigging minnows. Jeff Deckard was out at Stockton the other day. Look at these nice fish that Jeff got in. Boy, they're really nice quality fish. So the crappie fishing is good out at Stockton. Been a little slow the last couple of days because of the weather, but boy, it looks like you could get out there and catch crappie for the upcoming weekend. A few walleye are being caught off the points and secondary points, and this is the time of the year to work that dam. Some people get out in the late evening, even night fish. jerkbaits. Try that out at Stockton. A few nice bass, largemouth, been caught out there on the A rig and some jerkbaits at Stockton. Some really pretty fish. Water temperature out there this morning was 40 degrees. Let's go out to Pomme de Terre. It's slowed down a little bit, and I think it's more to the fact that the weather's been cold. Not that many people's been out there fishing. But the ones who have been getting out, and it seems like that chartreuse jig, 16th ounce, some people are tipping it with minnow, getting over that brush and timber in about 35 to 40 feet, a little bit deeper, and you should get yourself some nice crappie out at Pomme de Terre this weekend. Out at Truman Lake, 41 degrees out there this morning, a little bit cool. But they've been picking up some nice crappie when they do get in them. In fact, my buddy Jordan Lear was out the other day. Look at this beautiful crappie. They really caught some really quality crappie. Jigs, jigging minnows, and it seems like in mouth of the creeks and 10 feet of water seems to be a good depth. And boy, they're catching some really nice quality crappie. Not many people fishing out there, and it's been a little tough the last couple of days because of the weather. But boy, it sounds like a good place to be for the upcoming weekend. He was out this particular day and picked up a real good mess of crappie. Then the next day, he took a friend out and they went cat fishing. And blue cats. Look at these cats that my buddy Jordan caught. He is a fishing man. He is a fishing kid. He's just a kid. He can catch them though. All right, let's go out to Lake the Ozarks. The water temperature is 43 degrees out there this morning. Crappie can be caught in about 15 to 20 feet of water off the points, secondary points over the brush, and the mouth of the creek arms, I understand. And they've been picking up some fish shooting the docks, 32nd ounce jigs. Same story the last 3 weeks out there. But not many people fishing for crappie, but the ones who are really picking up some nice crappie, especially around some of those docks. Check this out. And the bass fishing has been fairly good at Lake the Ozarks. They've been picking up some bass on jerk baits for the very few people who have been doing this. And we've had some reports on the A rig as well. But jerk bait seems to be a good ticket out at Lake the Ozarks. And try that crappie fishing too. Out at Norfolk, a little warmer there, a little tiny bit further south, 48 degrees, 47, 48 degrees. Watch the birds out there. I've had really good reports this past weekend of fishing the deep water flats out at Norfolk, and maybe 60, 70, 75 feet of water. But the hybrids and the white bass and stripers have been running together. A lot of nice hybrids have been caught at Norfolk this week, and spoon fishing has been the best ticket, and some nice fish, and they're still catching some crappie at Norfolk, getting back up about halfway to the creek arms, and maybe even go all the way back. Just check back and forth around that brush and timber. And when you do get into the crappie at Norfolk, they're really nice sized fish. So not a bad report. Okay, we got questions we want to answer here on the program. We've got a big old bucket full of questions, and people are sending in questions every week on our email. And if you'd like to join us, send us a question. We'll put it in the box and maybe draw your name out. And you can go to our email, fishandchums@gmail.com. Okay, one of the questions today, Mark from Springfield asked a question. Gary, I really enjoy your show. The last couple of years I've been watching it, but I wish you had more time to talk about Pacific lures. And that's really a good question, because my problem is I cover 9 lakes. I just don't cover one lake. And so I don't have time just to show you every lure. This program would go on forever. We just kind of give you a general rundown of what's happening and show some photos, and we'll try to get into that more. That is a good, honest question. Also, Bob from out at Clinton Lake. He said, Gary, I know you used to guide out at Truman, out at Truman. I did that several years ago and loved to crappie fish. And his question is, when's the best time to fish for crappie? Well, Truman is one of the great crappie lakes in the country, I think. Truman Lake, we're really blessed here in the Ozarks with good crappie lakes. Pomme de Terre, Stockton, my gosh. Best time is always when they're going to the bank, and that's in April when they're spawning. That's always a real fun time to catch them. But you can actually catch them year-round. I know when I was guiding out of Bucksaw years ago, I used to love the summer fishing out there. It's one of the few lakes that you go to in the country It might be 95 degrees. You could go out at noon, 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon and in the heat and catch crappie, and it's 6, 8, 10 feet of water. But we'll be talking more about this as it comes along. But April, catch the spawn. You can just fish off the bank. You don't have to have a boat. Well, I want to thank you very much for being with us on today's program. We had a pretty good show despite all this cold weather. And be sure to like and share for you folks that's watching over on YouTube. We just are blessed with some great fishing here in the Ozarks. We want to thank you for being with us today. And Kathy and I have a fishing photo roll. So let's get with it. God bless you. How about that Chiefs? The Chiefs were awesome. God bless you. Bye-bye.